Hello, this is BioEnchanted, and today we'll be playing a rather cute little game. It's a game called Detonator. It's on the PS2, it's by Midas Interactive, and it's got a lot of very cute little puzzles and stuff like that, because the whole idea of it is it's a game about blowing up buildings. So I just enjoyed this nice little intro about showing all these buildings blowing up and seeing all these little detonation patterns and stuff. I'm just doing this one because it's just a cute little game. It's nice to relax to. Because some of the games I do are quite long and very quite in depth. This is just kind of a nice little chill time. It's an interesting little game as well. And because by Midas Interactive, a lot of people probably have ignored it because they kind of have a reputation for when it comes to not very good games. But this one's quite entertaining. And the puzzles are quite fun to solve. So let's begin, shall we? By selecting the main mode. The other three modes are challenge, or two modes are challenge and battle. Challenge mode is basically a 99 level, like, do 99 levels in a row. And battle is just kind of a two-player mode.
Dynamite type rules. Standard type dynamite.
So these first stages are standard type dynamite. This stage will explain the rules.
This is the building that you are going to destroy.
So let's then do that, shall we? And then we can discuss them in greater detail.
Shows a part of building that you will be working on. Now, this is the dynamite you'll work with. Standard type dynamite will be the most basic dynamite to clear all the maps. There are 5 patterns of shapes. The dynamite has several kinds of shapes and functions. You must choose appropriate one for each purpose. Also, you must set them in the right direction. When all your choices are made, press the Decide button to let the dynamite explode. When the dynamite explodes, the blocks will be damaged as its shape indicates. The blocks that are vertically placed between the blast will also be damaged. This is called the sandwich effect. It will affect only one block. Keep setting the dynamite until the entire block gets damaged. However, there are limited numbers of dynamite and turns, the chances to set dynamite. You failed. Try to use them as few as possible. You cleared. The building is destroyed and your mission is cleared. As you become a master of destruction, try to use minimum number of dynamite and turns. Thank you.
So now we get to actually play those in the tutorial. It's a cute little game, and I quite like how the complexity kind of ramps up as it goes on, but we'll start with some very simple ideas, involving practicing the sandwich effect in these first couple of levels. First we get a nice little view of the building we'll be blowing up. In the greyest city in the history of the universe, this old PS2 city. One thing I quite like is that they do attempt to have the shape of each level mimic the floors in the building are blowing up, but this is that top area of the building. So first we'll use the pairs of blocks to set up a sandwich effect and chain it down the entire thing. By first of all, setting a slice of bread up at the top, and then sandwiching the middle. Now this is a perfect where you get both the turns and dynamite in less under par. If you get one but not the other under par, or if you get both of them on par, then it's good. So this time, the 2 blocks won't be enough because we can only do 2 dynamites. So this time we're going to make clever use of the L's. So we can set up a sandwich effect that destroys the remaining blocks. Because if we tried using the pairs like we did before, we would not have had enough turns. Actually, I believe perfect is at least one thing being below par, actually. I misremembered that. So here we actually have an opportunity to use this little plus sign. Like, or I guess the sync domino. Let's finish it off with a triomino. Sandwich these 2. And then a duomino to finish this corner off. I like the music, it's very kind of a lo-fi kind of a game. Just a very nice relaxing thing to just chill with when you're having a stressful day. Because it's just kind of fun to place little blocks. It's a very cute little kind of variation on Tetris. As you're filling not just a single line, but an entire shape. And sometimes, like here, it becomes less obvious how to set up a decent sandwich, so you have to be a bit. You can get a bit more freeform. But of course, with certain shapes, you kind of block yourself off as well. Like I can't use certain shapes down here because they just won't fit anymore. You can only place pieces in these little grey tiles, so you need to be kind of strategic. The levels do actually get quite tricky later on. Let's complete this level with a slightly more complex shape because it's much larger. Well, the shape isn't complex, but it also has some grey blocks at the bottom that we can't place any pieces on. So we need to be a bit more careful there. If you remember the actual shape of the building as well, that's because that little area is actually... It's not got anything there in the actual building. Which is a cute little bit of attention to detail. And there we go, we demolished the building. Yeah, if you see that little under the building out at the bottom, you'll see that little gap.
3, 2, 1.
And now let's enjoy the fruits of our labour.
Fire.
Little demolition animation, these are really cute. And I quite like how they have a good attention to detail for them as well. Like they try and have them mimic the shapes of an actual demolition. And it's quite primitive, but it's adorable. I find it quite charming. And then it just kind of pans around this little dust cloud for eternity until you skip it. It's nice little chill piano music though, so just enjoy the explosion. It's a fun just juxtaposition as well between the chill music and blowing up buildings. So these are all standard explosion types, but there are other types of levels as well. You saw in the menu, there's also crack and direction. And I think one other, but I can't remember. And those, of course, will have different rules, but these are all standard rules for now. So let's build the second building, shall we? It's a much wider one, so it's going to be much trickier from the beginning. This apartment block. With the wibbly textures. Yeah, as you can see, we have much more varied shape here, and we have to make very good use of the plus pieces. And the sandwich effect as we go down the little thing as well. So let's set up a sandwich over here. And over here. Then take care of this little bit. And now the sides are symmetrical. So whatever is good for the goose is going to be good for the gander. It's getting suddenly quite intense music for some reason. How very Phoenix right. Yeah, these sounds are just how the game is. I think it's really a real recording glitch. It's Midas Interactive. And I got it for like 50p in CEX. It's a very kind of cheap game, but it's a cute little budget game. It's got a lot of charm despite the rough edges. I like the random harp stuff as well. It's, again, cute juxtaposition of relaxing music with just blowing everything up. Yeah, I didn't really think on this one. I probably could have been more efficient there, but yeah, it's fine. There we go. Let's blow up building number 2.
Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Fire.
Kaboom! I like the animation how it does that little dip in the middle. It's like they really are trying hard with the PS2 hardware to mimic an actual detonation. It's a very cute little thing. It's clear this game was a bit of a labour of love for Midas Interactive. They were clearly trying to do something kind of charming here. I believe they pulled it off. So I'll see you on the next episode of Detonator. As we blow up the 3rd, 4th and 5th buildings. Which of course will be a little bit trickier, especially because they're going to have increasingly large numbers of levels. 2, 4 and 5 respectively. Because levels don't really have more than 5, because if you look at the little meter, they don't really have room for it. So I'll see you next time in the next detonation. Goodbye.